Michael back with another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a SharePoint list and how to add columns to that SharePoint list. If you enjoy SharePoint, Power Automate, Power Apps, and Power BI videos, feel free to subscribe because we put out more videos in those areas. And now for my intro. So I'm going to show you guys how to create a SharePoint list first in this video. So if you aren't familiar, you need to have a SharePoint site open. Also, you need the permission to be able to add a SharePoint list. And you're able to do this by navigating to the home page and clicking on the new button right here. So if you have the option to be able to add a list, you're able to do it. So in my use case, I'm going to be creating a leave request SharePoint list. So anytime my employees need to schedule some time off, they'll be able to submit a new request to the SharePoint list. So my video is going to be based around that. So first off, again, click on the new button up here on your homepage of your SharePoint list, and then you want to click on list. So there's a few different templates you can actually choose from. So if your use case correlates to one of these, feel free to check it out, see what columns they're adding. But in my case, I want to go ahead and create a blank list. You can also create one from an existing list, Excel, or a CSV. So I'm going to go ahead and click on blank list. And since my SharePoint list is going to be structured around leave requests, I'm just going to type in leave requests. And then if you want to add a description here, you can do that. And then this option, show in site navigation. So if I uncheck this, it's not going to create a hyperlink on the left-hand side of your screen. I want to go ahead and leave that checked so I can easily access that SharePoint list. And the main reasons you wouldn't want that checked is if you don't want users to be able to easily access that SharePoint list. In my case, I do. So after you click on create, you get brought to this screen. So you have a few options at the top. I'm not going to worry about that right now because we're not adding in any data, but we do want to go ahead and add some new columns to my SharePoint list. So currently, all SharePoint lists, when you create them, they come mandatory with a title field. So this is pretty much going to be a unique identifier that can identify that row. So in my case, it will be the employee ID of that user. So I want to go ahead and left click on title, go ahead and hover over column settings, rename, and I'm going to rename this employee ID. I won't include a space in there, but that's personal preference. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some columns to my SharePoint list. So I'm going to be clicking on the add columns right here. The first column that I want to add is the employee name. So all of my employees are in my Microsoft directory. If some of your employees aren't in the Microsoft directory, you would want to go ahead and do a text because you want them to enter in their name. Well, in my case, they're all in the directory, so I can use a person column. And that's going to look in your directory for all active users. In my case, it'll be employee name. If you want to select multiple people, you can allow multiple selections, but in my case, one row in my SharePoint list is going to correlate to one leave request. We're not going to have multiple people. Then I can go ahead and expand that column to see the full name right there. The next column I'm going to add is a department. So you can either do a text, which I don't recommend for this because we already have a list of different departments in my organizations. So I don't want users to be able to enter in the wrong department name or have like an extra space at the end of their department name if you do a single line of text. There's just a lot of issues in terms of data accuracy if you're going to go ahead and do the single line of text. I will go ahead and do a choice field here. I'll just enter in a few choices. So HR, then we'll do marketing, and then we'll do IT. So those will be my three choices right here. If you want to go ahead and add more, you can go ahead and do that. Again, you have an option to allow multiple selections here. So if you want to be able to select multiple departments, in my case, I only want to select one department. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. We're going to click on save. So we have a single line of text field, a person field, a choice field, and then I'm going to add a date and time field. So this is going to be the start date of when the employee wants to take their leave of absence. Then we go ahead and click on save. Now I have to add a column for the end date of that user when they will be returning. So end date, again, it's all the same as the start date. For my last column, I will add a reason of the leave of absence. And for this, you can either do a choice field. In my case, I'll do multiple lines of text because I'll allow the user to be able to enter in their reason. So we will do reason of leave of absence. Description. If you want to add descriptions to your columns, you can feel free to do that. In my case, all my columns are pretty much self-explanatory, so I won't add that. All right, so now we've created a SharePoint list of multiple columns. Again, there's a lot of different column types, so if you find that your data suits one type over another, you can feel free and do that. So we created the SharePoint list. We went ahead and added some columns. Let me go ahead and add a new item here. Let's say I have an employee. We'll just do like ID 10. Then we'll do, let's say Bob Green wants to take a leave of absence. He works in the IT department. And let's say he needs to take off from the 25th to the 28th. He's moving houses, so moving houses need to take off. Let me go ahead and click on save. So those are just a few different column types that you can have. Obviously, I can add more columns for my leave of absence requests, like approved, approved by. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video about how to create a SharePoint list and how to add columns to that SharePoint list. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will catch you in the next video.